Hi guys, good morning. I am listening to Pepe Aguilar. I probably need to lower it down because if not, I'm going to get my video flagged, and then I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not going to be able to have this live up. So hopefully I can hear it and you guys can't hear it. Hold on. I'm trying to lower it down. I'm trying to put on some rings. This one seems to be super loose on me, which is very surprising because I feel a little bit, what's the word? I feel a little bit hinchada this morning. I feel a little bit like my legs hurt, like I'm kind of struggling this morning. I'm trying to find some earrings to wear because I wore this necklace today, which is one of my favorite necklaces, but hold on guys, but I couldn't find my earrings, and I like to wear the hoop earrings, but I'm always losing them. They're like a pair of socks for me. Like I always lose them. So that's why I'm always getting more. I feel like it's too much. I feel like it's either or. I feel like I think I'll just keep it simple and just use this one. Or maybe just keep these two and not use these other ones. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more simple. So I'm wearing this dress today. I've worn this dress before to the temple and to church. I hadn't worn it in a while, and I was trying to find something nice to wear because I need to go somewhere today. And I'm going to try to see if I can get my hubby to work. I'll take him and see if I can take him to work, and then I can use the vehicle to do what I need to do. But I still need to talk to him again this morning because yesterday we had agreed that he was just going to take it, and that was just it. But then thought about it this morning, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to him, but it's kind of what I need to do. But anyway, I found one hoop earring, and hopefully I can find the other one. Well, I found several now. The Lord delivers when you need something. I'm not sure if he wants me to be wearing hoop earrings, but he knows it's one of my favorite things to do. Some people might, not like hoop earrings. I like hoop earrings, so I just make sure that these match. I don't want to wear the wrong ones. So hold on, guys. Give me a second. Because they're quite confusing. Some of them are a little bit more heavy. Like these are a little bit heavier, and these are a little bit lighter. So I'm not sure if I want to probably use the lighter ones. But now I have more earrings. I have options. I was going to wear my little butterfly bracelet, but it gets caught in everything, and sometimes it's a little bit frustrating. So I'm just going to put these on. Just put a little bit of lip gloss on and a tiny bit of blush, but I will be doing my makeup later. No, I still don't want to be washed out right now. My eyes are so dry. Okay, yeah, now that I'm a little bit more put together, I'm going to delete a comment because it's in my way. I ended up wearing this necklace right here. and I'm wearing the hoop earrings, and I'm wearing this ring and this ring. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. But anyway. Okay, guys. Well, kids are still getting here. We're a little bit late this morning. Not too bad. I think we got here like at, I don't know, 6:06 or something. It was like maybe 2 or 3 cars outside, and kids are still getting here. The youth is still getting here. I think I've seen about 3 people walk in after my kids. That's about 5. I don't know if people walked in prior to that, but people are still getting here. So anyway, well, guys, like I said, I think I said it. I don't even remember. I'm telling you guys, I'm struggling a little bit with my memory. I've been awake since about, I want to say 3:30 in the morning. I am tired, but I am wide awake right now. I don't know if I'm going to feel it in a little while. I'm sure I will, but I'm sure that the Lord will help me through. I woke up at 3:30. I tried to go back to sleep. I even tried listening to something. That is something that really helps me to go to sleep. But I suffer with a lot of leg pain when I'm in bed, and sometimes it just doesn't let me sleep. And I don't want to constantly be taking like Tylenol or like the HEB nighttime medicine if I'm not sick, right? And so like I was massaging my feet, my legs, my feet. I was picking them up. I was, and I was trying not to disturb my husband while he was asleep, but I was just in so much pain, and I was just kind of giving up. And so I just grabbed my phone, which I'm super grateful for, that I'm able to get my mind off of things and focus on something else. And so I started watching some videos. One of them was a general conference talk. I think it was like 3 general conference talks, and then 2 other ones. One of them was like, what is it called? It's like this thing that we're going to be having pretty soon for Relief Society. It's like a break. I don't know if it's called break time, or I don't remember the name of it, but it's basically one of those, and it's for the women. And Emily Freeman, which is one of my favorite speakers, she's a sister from church, not from specifically from my church here, but she's a leader higher up. And she is just amazing, and I love listening to her, and I just was so inspired by her, and I was just like, she's just one to get you, up and ready, and she just inspires you to keep going. And it's just, listening to her just kind of gave me so much courage. It just kind of said, I can do this, So I was listening to some of her talks, and I ended up putting them on the McAllen Stake Facebook page, and I also put them on my page on here on my Facebook page, because I think, her messages are so amazing. I also posted Elder Bednard, and I also posted President Uchtdorf or Elder Uchtdorf, and he is just amazing as well. They both are amazing. And I just heard really powerful, inspiring, just amazing testimonies and just amazing talks. And they just kind of filled my heart and my mind with so many good things. And I had to share them. And this weekend we had stake conference as well at church. I attended the one on Sunday. I didn't attend the one on Saturday, but the one on Sunday was amazing. It was beautiful. It was full of amazing testimonies. The stake center was filled with a lot of people, so many people that I didn't even know. Missionaries were entering. I just kept seeing a lot of movement. Since I sat in the back, I saw a lot of movement in the back for missionaries, just bringing more investigators and just more people. And I was just overwhelmed with how many people were there. I mean, granted, we usually have a really great turnout, but I think we did really, really well. They had to open up a third part in the back Um, and yeah, that I think that space could have been used as well, but some people were using like the Relief Society room, and I'm not sure if any other room, but I didn't go around the whole church to see if they had other rooms available, but I know that they had the Relief Society room available because I was told by the state clerk. And I had that option to go over there, but I ended up wanting to be in the cultural hall. I did not want to like miss out and actually see the actual speaker speak. And I'm so grateful that I was able to show up. We did wake up a little bit later than normal. We had like 30 minutes to get dressed and get to church, and we were kind of rushing, and we kind of got there a little bit late. And and that's normally not the case. We usually don't get there like 15, 20 minutes late, but we did. But we showed up, and that's what's important. I was able to hear so many beautiful testimonies. One in particular that stood out to me was from a dear friend, Sister Camacho. She's just so amazing. I'm just so inspired by her and her willingness to always keep going and just, showing up and doing her best. And she's just always trying to gather sisters to feel welcomed and to just, participate in different activities, or even if it's just to have lunch or whatever. She's just such an amazing person. And I'm just so inspired by her. And I'm just so grateful for her example in my life. And so, yeah, this weekend was quite entertaining, quite inspirational. It was filled with a lot of great talks, and just it was just so amazing. And then this morning, to be filled with the Spirit, with all the things that I heard, I just feel like so great. And yeah, I might not have gotten a lot of sleep, but I feel so energized. Hopefully I continue to be that way throughout the day. I was already going to start with my sweating and my issues that I have going on. And I was going to start getting irritated with little things while I was coming into the car. And I'm like, nope. You're not going to ruin my spirit. I am going to be fine. I said a quick little prayer in my mind. I had some music playing, and I, told the kids, hey, you guys got to get out earlier. We need to get to church, and we need to do our things. And the kids were pretty calm. They were chill. So that makes things easier, and now we're here. And so, what else can I tell you? We also attended on Friday. I was planning to go, but then I kind of chickened out. I didn't want to go because I didn't have anything cute to wear, like to the Mexican fiesta, and I wanted to go, the Fiesta Mexicana, for the Spanish words, the 3 Spanish words. I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to go. And my husband kind of wanted to go more. I had hyped him up, and then me eché para atrás. Like, I kind of just said I didn't feel like going. One, because I wasn't feeling well. Like I told you, I've just been sweating a lot, been really tired and trying to sleep and stuff. And so I didn't feel like going, and I didn't have anything cute to wear. I hadn't done my makeup. And so we were planning not to go, but then, so we went to the store. We were kind of planning what should we get to eat or whatever. So we just picked up some sandwiches and we bought some food and we took it home. But then, like at 9:00, we had to also put gas and stuff. And since we were around Trenton and we were in that area, we didn't really know what to do. We didn't really have a plan on what to do. My husband was just driving, and so we ended up getting like towards where Joe's Flavors ice cream or whatever. And we were passing by where La Vista is, and I said, do you want to go and just check to see how full it is, or see if people are still there? And so my husband drove by there, and we saw that there was still a lot of cars and there was people outside and stuff. And I'm like, do you want to go? And he's like, well, and he was kind of like, and I'm like, let's just go. And so my kids were like, we're doing this? I'm like, yeah, we're doing this. And so when we got down, we were going to walk in, and I ran into one of my friends, Eileen. We grew up in church together. And I grew up with her brothers. Her brothers are more of my age, and she's a little bit younger, but she's just so amazing. And so when she saw me, she was like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey." So her husband saw us first, and he said hi, but since it was kind of like really dark outside, it was like 9 something. She's like, "Hey, you got here real late." I'm like, "I know, but I'm here." She's like, "Nobody, like they have like food and they have all the stuff, and I don't know what." And so we were like all talking, and I was like, what's up, dude? Like, I heard that, the English words weren't invited. Like, what's up? She's like, nobody. She's like, well, I have tias, and that's why I came. And I'm like, dude, I got an invitation. So, like, I posted it in the Relief Society, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to, but it was a mistake. I don't know what happened, but I'm here. And I'm like, I gotta go, me aceptan. She's like, nobody, just go. And then she's like, nobody, they have elotes, and they have rajas. And her eyes widened, and I'm like, rajas. I'm like, anyway. And so we walk in and there's like a huge line to get food. And so I kind of skipped through there. We kind of skipped through there. And we kind of just went into the gym, to the cultural hall. And it was completely packed. It was so full. We didn't even know what to do, where to sit or anything, because it was like full capacity. And so we ended up seeing one of the bishops that we love so much. Well, we saw both bishops that we know, Bishop Cepeda and Bishop Grimaldo, and we love them. I didn't get to say hi to Bishop Cepeda, but I did see him. He was, always serving, always trying to do his best. He was putting drinks and he was doing some stuff, but I did get to see him. I saw Bishop Grimaldo and we were laughing for a little bit because my husband said, because I was kind of like, I was playing, guys. I was playing, and I wrote about this, but I was playing when I said, hey, like, look, there's like a little window there, and you could just like kind of, skip the line and go like that. But I was playing with him because I know how my husband is. He would have been doing it before I even said anything anyway. But he didn't, and he ended up going to go tell the bishop, and then the bishop started laughing at me. He was like, Hermana. And I was like, what? And I was like, anyway, so we were just laughing about that, and we had a good time. We ended up getting in line. We got our food. I got to see one of my friends. She was serving. I was like, you see, I could have gotten, the hookup. Anyway, so we got our food. We found a place to sit. Some of the members were leaving already. I asked that if we could stay with the table. They kind of cleaned up for us a little bit. We sat there. We ate. Got to see another one of my friends there that I grew up with in the youth. My friend Logan and his wife. Well, his wife was the one that was serving in the kitchen, and I got to see him and his kids. And so we hugged, and, he sat in a different place or whatever, but we got to see each other. And I also got to see him at the state conference too, which was really cool. And I saw his wife and his kids, and they were like hugging me and stuff. But anyway, the Fiesta Mexicana was awesome. We had good food. We got to dance. I got to teach some of the youth to dance. We had so much fun. I did some recordings. You guys could check them out and see them. I posted them on the Stake Facebook page as well. So anyway, that was Friday. So it's been filled with a lot of fun stuff, guys. On Saturday, I did kind of rest. I rested a lot. We didn't go out, like I said, until... Did we even go out on Saturday night? I don't think so. I don't think we did. I think we stayed home all day, actually. So we went out Friday. Saturday, I kind of just rested a lot. And so did my husband. And then on Sunday, we went to church. And then rested. And yeah. What else? Okay, so I wanted to talk about so many different things, but time is going by super fast, and I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time to do it. But I did want to share some of the talks that I was listening to. This one was by Sister Freeman, and also by Elder Uchtdorf. So I think I'll start with Elder Uchtdorf first. I did listen to Elder Bednar, but right now... His talk, if you go and listen to it, it's more about focusing on the atonement. So that one is really important for us to listen to, because I think When you learn about the atonement, you learn to change your life. When you come to know Christ and what He did, you will make those changes in your life. You will desire to do that, and it won't feel like a checklist or stuff like that of things that you need to do. And I know it's like a little crazy hearing it from me, because sometimes I feel like I have so many checklists to meet and I get tired and all these things. But I remember that when I start feeling that way, if I listen to good things or I read my scriptures, it makes me feel stronger and more powerful, and I'm able to overcome those things. And so I'm human, I have my struggles as well, and I go through things, and sometimes they feel hard, and they feel like it would be so much easier to just give up and just, be like, take the easy route. And even though it might seem like the easy route, it's not the easy route, because when you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, things happen. So anyway, that was one of the talks I heard, which is from Elder Bednar. And then the other one I wanted to talk about was from Elder Uchtdorf, President Uchtdorf. He was talking about learning to be more still and learning to keep things simple and not be so worried about checklists again, right? And so I feel like that's what the Lord is trying to teach me. And to do hard things. But Elder Uchtdorf was talking about that, we sometimes feel the need to fill our lives with so many checklists, and we have to do all these things in order to feel like we're being productive. But sometimes, it's better for us to keep things simple and to work on like the things we value most. And that is something that I also learned from having therapy this past Friday. We talked about that too, and I have a worksheet that I need to work on, and she wanted me to list down what are the things that I value most. And so his talk reminded me about that, about how we need to take things slower, and we need to remind ourselves sometimes to keep things simple, not to overwhelm ourselves, because then we miss the beauty in keeping things simple. And I've always been a person who worries about all the little details. That's why I'm so great at doing bookkeeping. I'm so great at doing creative things, because I worry about all the little details, right? I want things to look beautiful and perfect, and but sometimes when we keep things simple, it's just the simple message that comes from it. Granted, beautiful things or details matter sometimes, right? Like somebody taking the time to hug you. That's a detail, right? Because you can just say hi to somebody and not take the time to give them a hug. If we do all the little details, we can actually make a powerful impact and change hearts, right? But sometimes keeping things simple is important in order for us to see the true message. And so I gathered that from his talk, which is, I'm trying to keep it simple, like he said, because I could go in and tell you all the stuff I learned from that talk. But I want you guys to go in and check it out and listen to it for yourself. I think one of them is called You Matter, and the other one, I can't remember, but go to my timeline, and if not, it's on the Stake Facebook page. So the other ones that were super impactful were from Sister Freeman, and she was talking about, so there's 3 of them, okay? She's amazing, and I love to listen to her. So Sister Freeman was doing a fireside, and she was talking about going up. So she volunteered, I think, to go hiking, I believe, with some of the youth. And I'm trying to remember, guys, because I'm struggling. So anyway, apparently there's like a lot of ice, and they don't want to just keep the boys indoors and, not take them out or, in an adventure or something. So they decide to take these youth up, the hike, right? And they're going to like go up the mountain or whatever. They're going to climb the hill or the mountain, whatever it was. And it's super cold. They're dressed for the weather, right? But as they're, going down or going up this hike or whatever, they notice that one of these youth lost his shoe. And so he didn't feel it because his feet were so cold. He didn't feel that he had lost a shoe. And so they were all worried, and they wanted, they were trying to see how they could figure it out, but they had already been, I don't know how, like 45 minutes away from where they were at, I believe. And so she was worried, right? Like most moms would be, right? Men are kind of like, he can make it, right? And I guess that's what was going on, where they were kind of like, he'll be fine, like just let him go. Well, she, as a mom, most moms would do this, she took off her shoes and she ended up giving them to him. And then she decided that she had some plastic bags, some black plastic bags, like trash bags or whatever, and she decided to put them on her feet, and that's how she would walk up, right? And so she quickly noticed after like 5 minutes how cold it was and how hard it was for her to do that because it was so cold. She didn't know how she was going to keep going, but she kept going because she thought people had forgotten how she didn't have shoes and they just wanted her to keep climbing. So they just got up there. Well, when they got up there, I still want you guys to go and listen to her so you can get all the details, you can get all the information. I'm just kind of giving you a little skim, okay? So they get up there and, they're talking or whatever. She's still freezing and she just keeps thinking, they forgot that I don't have any shoes and I'm so cold. But anyway, the leader finally says, you know what? He apparently wraps himself in this trash bag and he slides down, all the way down, because they thought it would be the easiest way to get back down instead of her having to travel back down like that. So they all traveled back down that way. They put themselves in trash bags and they just slid down. And so, she talks about how important that lesson was to her, that she was able to do that hard thing, right? And she was able to help that child, also. And so that was just such an amazing talk, because I feel like the Lord asks us to do hard things even when we don't think we can do it. We push ourselves and we can see how far we can go. And yeah, it's hard, but we can see his hand in everything and how he was able to get us there and how he provides ways for us to get through it. And so she shared that, and she always shares, like she shares inspiring words and she shares an amazing message, but she always shares scripture to go with it. And so that's why I love to listen to her. And so the other talk that I just recently listened to was about, there were so many things, but she was talking about one of the kids that she allowed to come and live with her in her home. And he was going to serve a mission. And she said when he was on his mission, he was struggling because apparently he reached out to her and told her what he was going through. And she asked him, well, what is one of the hardest things you've had to, like, what are some of the hardest things, or what is one of the hardest things or whatever? And so he ended up saying about how he was able to see some of the investigators that he was teaching, or one of the investigators that he was teaching, that had a seizure, and she had hit her head and she was bleeding and stuff. And, so he was going through his things as a missionary and the things that he had to see. And so he said that he started reading the scriptures and came across to Ether. And I believe that's where she said the brother of Jared and about the stones. And she starts talking about that. She shares those scriptures and she starts talking about the fingerprint of the Lord, right? And like of God. And so she talks a lot in that talk about noticing the fingerprint of our Heavenly Father or of the Lord in our lives, right? So I think it's called I forgot, but you can find it on my timeline. I'm trying to remember everything she said, guys, but I want you guys to go and listen to it so you can actually hear it for yourself. She talks about so many different things in that in that talk that really stood out to me. And she was saying it so beautifully and so revolved around the scriptures that she's just so admirable. And she just kind of gives you this sense of like, you can do anything, right? And so I'm just so grateful for her because she shared so many different things in her life as well that have helped her realize how the Lord's hand is in everything. And even if we don't see the hand, like, you know, the brother of Jared did, we can see his fingerprints, right? And, or the light he brings into our life. And so I just felt really strong, that I could do hard things, right? And the Lord expects us to do hard things and to not just stay where we're at. I have written about how the Lord accepts us where we are, right, in life. But he doesn't expect us to stay there. He expects us to keep moving forward and to keep progressing. And there will be things that come into our lives that are hard and that will try us. And that is what Elder Holland says about refining. And I know for me, he's just been trying me so much and he's been teaching me to do hard things. And sometimes I question why. Why do I have to go through this? Why do I have to go through that? Why can't things just be a little bit easier? Why do you, like, I question all those things, but I also see how strong he's making me be. And yeah, I might be kicking and whining and venting, but he allows me to learn from it all. He allows me to see the people that I've been able to help and inspire to keep going. And I hope that is the message that I always bring to you all. I have my days where I struggle and I am worried, and I'm so grateful for the people that reach out to help me and to remind me that they're praying for me, or that they're praying for my family, or that they just kind of cheer me on, or they take the time to give me a hug like my bishop, right? He's an amazing bishop. He just inspires me to keep going, and he's one that works alongside you. He just doesn't just delegate work. He's one to work with you. And I like that. I love being surrounded by members who work with you, who help you along the way. And so that was another thing that I wanted to bring about her talk. In her talk, she was also sharing about how she had, I guess, booked a trip, and she wanted to walk this Jesus trail, right? And she was going to go to Jerusalem. And she had hurt herself like 6 months prior. I believe she had gotten hurt. And because she says she's stubborn, those are not my words, those are her words. She said that she didn't like cancel the trip. She still showed up. And so she had a tour guide, and the tour guide was basically saying, I don't think you're gonna be able to make this trail. And well, she said, well, I might not be able to do the whole thing, but I'm definitely gonna try. And so she ends up going on this trail, and her tour guide actually ended up helping her. She ended up tying a rope to her scooter that she ended up taking with her, and she took some crutches, and the tour guide was pulling her up, right? And then her nephews, I believe, also were helping pull her, and so she was able to see so many beautiful things. And so, like I said, she reminds you to do hard things and to have faith that the Lord is gonna find people to help you get there, to do what you got to do, and to try your best, right? And he reminds you that he's with you and that it's going to be beautiful, even if it's hard. And so I just felt so inspired by her talk, and I hope you guys take the time to listen to it. I just think it's amazing. My kids are already out, guys. I wanted to keep going, but I can't because they're already here. Hey, don't hit my window. Hey, I'm on live.
Oh.
How many people were there?
I didn't even count.
It was just like
Mom, I was
six or
coughing really bad. I was trying my best
I'm
not
not saying.
to.
It was like 6 people?
Yeah, like 6.
I was trying my best to act mysterious and not so long, but I kept coughing so bad. Even it was like I literally had to get flavor out of my throat. It's just like she stopped me from visiting. Like since I go to that, I was like, I can't speak of myself. And it's just like it's like, oh, okay, you can go. I was like,
Hey, so I had to take the fall for.
Really? Like always, Ram?
Yeah.
but I had freaking
But
dilemma, dude. I didn't want to sound like
really
a
well.
corpse.
Good.
I didn't want to
Well,
sound
what
like
did you
that.
guys learn today? Dude, I had so much to talk about, and you guys got here early, so I'm like, oh. So then, Colleen? Well, those are important. We do need to talk about callings because there's so many that need to be filled. So, anyway, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Go check out those talks that I posted on my timeline. I encourage you guys to listen to them. They're amazing. They do help you feel quite empowered, and they bring a lot of great messages and lots of scriptures, and they will help you feel stronger and like capable of doing things. Look, I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep. I'm feeling quite empowered. I'm awake. I don't know how I'm gonna feel later on, but right now I'm okay. And so I know. I don't want to jinx myself, but anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And sorry, I didn't want to leave it like a, what do you call it? Like a cliffhanger? Mm-hmm. Like where you kind of just leave them.
Yeah.
We could just speak on it. We could just like talk.
Well, but I do want them to go and listen to it themselves, because if not, if I tell them the whole thing, they're not going to go. Did you hear her? Dude, she's feisty. Rihanna, hype was just leave them. She said it, guys. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. I might do some other videos today. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do some, but I do need to do some stuff today. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys. Digan bye. No sean rancho.
Bye.
Say bye, Rihanna. Bye. Bye, guys.